Hey guys, we are back with another video. In case you didn't know, my name is Josh McCauley. I'm an online fitness and health coach, and I help people going through addiction. So, if you are trying to get sober and you are struggling, going a couple months, then falling back into the same cycle, I'm your guy. I would like to thank everybody. We just hit 400 subscribers. That is a huge milestone. We are consistently posting, we are consistently doing the things we need to do, and we are helping people one by one, spreading positivity. So I would like to say thank you to everybody who's watching, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please click that subscribe button, give a like, give a comment. I'm always down for improvement, so if you want me to talk about things, if you didn't agree with something, reach out. But yeah, guys, so today I use this platform as a way for you guys to get to know me a little bit better, learn about what I went through, how I overcame it. So I'm going to talk about kind of how I dealt with substances at a young age. So I grew up in a small town. I had a very good family, nice house, everything I ever wanted. So athlete, captain of all sports teams. So I had everything. As for my home life, there was a lot of alcohol and a lot of arguing. And it bothered me more than I let it out, more than I let people know. And what happened was that dramatically affected my usage throughout my life. So, so from a young age, I was a perfectionist. I always wanted to be perfect. And a huge reason for that, which I recently learned, was things weren't going great at home. So I wanted to show everybody else that my life was perfect, that everything was going all right. And it reflected in a very bad way. I was a bully. I was a jerk. This was like elementary school, early middle school. I was an asshole. And I'm okay to admit that now because I am in a better place now and I'm working on myself. And even, in middle school, I caught myself. I'm like, you know what? This isn't who I am. And it was not how I was raised, but that perfectionism came out of me as a way to cover up all the things that I was hiding in my life. And, putting on that front, putting on that tough guy front will eventually fade and your true colors will show. And that's kind of where it came down to me losing a 5-year relationship, me having to go to rehab, me losing all of that money. So from a very young age, I established that tough guy act. I wasn't dealing with my problems. I was putting on a front. And, when I dealt with my problems, you know what I did? When my parents were arguing, which was, almost every day of the week, I would just go in my room and I would drink. I would lock my door. I would, try not to cry, and I would drink. Then I had a girlfriend at the time. She was my best friend, the only person that I would tell things to. And I didn't tell her any of that stuff because I'm a man, I'm supposed to be tough, and you're supposed to deal with your problems. But I'm also a man, so I don't go to a counselor. I don't tell people about my problems, I deal with them myself. And that was the wrong way. I drank and I drank, and that drinking was my medication for so long. That was my crutch throughout high school. I would party every weekend, and when I was alone in my room, I would do that. As I went to college, this behavior transpired, and it wasn't just a thing for comfort. It was a habit. It was an addiction, but ingrained within me. So, my college life started out fun, started out as drinking, but it turned to blacking out every weekend and being embarrassment every single weekend. And, I knew it was becoming a problem. And, like for one example, like I passed out on the schoolyard and I got brought to the ambulance. I tried to fight the ambulance guy because he told me I wasn't fine. I told him I was. I wake up from the hospital bed not knowing where the fuck I am. I get up 8 in the morning. First thing I do is I go to the store and grab a beer. So that was the kind of cycle I was in. And I hadn't even found this stuff yet. Um, so, these battles I carried with me, and I still didn't tell anybody. Maybe I would tell a homie here and there, one of my frat brothers, when I was fucked up. And then you wake up the next day and you're like, you don't remember what you said. So I was carrying these battles, these demons, and I slowly started telling my girlfriend a little bit more, opening up. She was the only person I opened up to, and it was a lot for someone who doesn't understand addiction. And I told her that it ran in the family, and she had seen my parents and things not going well. And her parents had went through a divorce. I had helped her through every step of the way through that, helped her move. And I was struggling. I needed help. And I was trying so hard. I would go a month because I wanted to keep her. And, I think she got scared and she left. So at that point, which I don't blame her, I had some things I needed to deal with. And, it hurt a lot because that was like losing a girlfriend and a best friend in one, and irreplaceable. The only person that I told anything to. So that was a huge loss. And I was empty for probably 3 years after that. I didn't know what to do. Because I felt like the only person that I trusted just left me. And, that's me putting the blame on everybody else. That mindset. That always, led me back to drinking. So, I kept drinking, trying to quit, then drinking. And then I found this stuff. And, it only lasted a year, my usage with that. I was making great money fresh out of college, an electrical engineer. So I am using a lot. It starts off slow. And then by 6 months, I'm using, every weekend, 3-4 days a week, and then it turns into every day. And it really turned into a bad habit. But, it all stemmed from the behaviors that I learned when I was younger. I wasn't dealing with my problems. I wasn't talking to a therapist. I wasn't talking to my friends. I wasn't talking really to my girlfriend about my problems. I drank about my problems. And if I kept drinking, all my problems would go away. I would forget them. So that's why I would black out. I would drink so much that I didn't have to deal with my problem. And it's dangerous. You are slowly killing yourself. I have my great-grandfather died of sadness from drinking. So I've seen alcohol destroy lives. I've seen it tear families apart right in front of my eyes. I've seen it cause tears, arguments. I slept and breathed it. So I knew I was going to go to rehab probably since I was 17. I'm that type of person that it was just a matter of when, because that's my behavior. That's what I always identified with, partier. But you don't have to let that define you. So my main point of this video is to show you guys that you need to talk about your problems. You need to open up to somebody. And, I still don't go to a counselor. A counselor helped me at rehab. It's, you have to keep searching for a good counselor that you can really trust and vibe with. My thing's honesty. I had a very nice Armenian lady. She had 2 sons, so she related to me. And she didn't beat around the bush. She told me how it was, and that gained my trust. When someone keeps it real with me, that gained my trust. But I understand people when you're trying to get clean. You're a man, you don't want to go to a counselor. Counselors are expensive. I'm in no means a counselor. I have found a cure to addiction, and I'm becoming a better person every day. So if you want support, I'm here. That's what I offer. I will gladly give you help for free. I also have one-on-one coaching. That is a paid program. I'm here to help. I care. I'm in no way a counselor or doctor. I'm just someone who has been through struggles and made it out. So I want to make that clear. I want to make you guys know that I care, and you don't have to do it alone. I promise you, you will not get sober on your own without telling anybody, without going to help, without going to AA, NA, reaching out to someone like me, finding supportive family, things like that. But I appreciate all of you guys for supporting. I'm gonna keep keeping it real with you. Please keep it real with me. I want to build that trust with you guys, and I know it's not easy to open up about things. So if you want to chat, if you want to build a relationship, please message me on Instagram, Josh Macaulay _. It should be in my bio. But thank you guys so much. Appreciate you guys. Peace out, motherfuckers.